Good morning, everybody. This is the first morning session during this series. I'm going to go to my parents tonight, which means I don't have time later in the evening. We have a producer chat of drum and bass people here in the Netherlands. And one of the people was saying that the best way that he learned to sound design was to dissect other sounds, see how those were made, then do it himself. So I kind of did that, but with a twist. I have a lot of presets in SERUM 1, and I just picked randomly. And I said to myself, I'm going to try to recreate that. This was the sound that I had. I had found a tutorial and he gave me a little bit of a workflow of how to tackle this problem. The first thing I did was look for the types of oscillators that could have been used in this sound. I forced myself to only work with the basic shapes, and I settled for 3 oscillators, even though that is not possible in SERUM 1. It just gave me the best fit. So I started off with this simple sine wave. Nothing spectacular on it, there was just some unison on there. But in the sound, there are so many more harmonics that sound like this. There's so much more sound in the middle. For that reason, I picked this second oscillator, which normally sounds like this. But I pitched it one up like this. So now you have the middle a little bit more filled. I did feel like now the lower end and the mids were not really represented as much, because this oscillator 2 is also very much in the highs. So I added this third oscillator, which is also a sine wave, to make it a bit more thicker in the middle and in the lows. So altogether, the sounds, they sound like this. As compared to... The next step that I took was look at the amplitude, how the envelopes are formed. There isn't much of a hold in the sound that we want to make. There's no release whatsoever. It just stops. There is some reverb on it though. With the sound that we had, we basically created the same. The only thing that I did add was that it goes up a little bit, and I decided to do that on the cutoff, and eventually my end product is the following. As compared to the sound that we wanted to recreate. Alright guys, this was the first time of me trying something like this, recreating sounds, especially if you can look into how the sound is actually made, is I think something that can definitely improve my sound design skills. I will see you tomorrow. This was day 8. Peace out.